Just a guy where when he walked in the room, he caught your attention.
Barry Larkin gets his first major league home run.
He's the first 30-30 shortstop in the history of Major League Baseball.
Barry Larkin was an absolute stud, an absolute beast.
9-time Silver Slugger, former MVP, a 12-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glover.
Look at Barry go! Ho, ho, ho!
Leading off and playing shortstop, number 11, Barry Larkin.
Former Cincinnati Red, just 19 full seasons in the bigs, big dude, 9-time Silver Slugger, former MVP, a 12-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glover, elected into the Hall of Fame in 2012, and was part of a group that kind of changed the perspective on what the position looks like. But Todd, Father, your thoughts on Barry? And I know he's around the team quite a bit now. He does broadcasts some of the games as an analyst. But did you know him well back then? Was he around the team? And how much was he beloved in Cincinnati when you were there?
And I think you hit that well, beloved. He was a guy, first time I ever met him, you see him. I think I was at a Reds Fest in the winter, and just a guy where when he walked in the room, he caught your attention. And one of those guys like, oh, there he is, and he was kind of under the radar, but not really, wasn't the biggest of shortstops. Back then you got guys like the Cal Ripkins, and the shortstops were bigger. He was a smaller guy. It was kind of separate when it came to the American League and National League, considering like the American League was the shortstops, the guys, and they can mash and do this. But Barry Larkin was an absolute stud, an absolute beast, and he, overall his numbers were just as good, if not better than some of them. A Hall of Famer for sure.
Yeah, he was a beast. All right, so let's run through the Hall of Fame journey that he took us through for Reds fans. There he is. How good was Barry Larkin? Signature's clean, too. 1995 is when he won the NL MVP award. For you war nerds out there, he finished with a 70.5 number. That is above the mark. There's that delineation. What is the mark? Is it in the high 50s, I want to say? And if you're above that mark, usually the guys get
55 or 56.
Yeah, so he's good. And he kept the batting average nice and tight for the old school crowd. I mean, he was close to 300 for his career. On base percentage, 371. He was on base 37% of the time. The Gold Glove, the Silver Slugger, just the all-around shortstop and a five-tool player. And now we're running through the baseball reference page a little bit. I always like to check out the OPS plus action. Kratz put up a 155 number actually in 1996, the year after he won the MVP award. And then the stolen base numbers too were pretty solid at some points, including 51 of them in 1995, which looked nice and shiny back then. But what do you like?
I always go directly to the walks and strikeouts. If we put that graphic back up, if you're watching right now, the bottom of the screen shows everything you need to know about a Hall of Fame player. The WAR, we don't know what it means. But, all that stuff, almost a 300 hitter, just a bit shy of 200 homers. I'm sure you wish he had two more. But it's the walks to the strikeouts. He had 939 walks in his career, 817 strikeouts. The most he ever struck out in a season was giggity, 69. Like, you sit there and you go, this dude's getting on base. This dude, and I think it took him a little bit because he doesn't have those big numbers. He doesn't have 500 homers. He doesn't have 3,000 hits. But I think his career is really exemplified because very few of these players matter anymore. And so we lose the fact that a player like this was not the norm, and he was elite during his time. You look at all those all-star games. You look at the fact that he made an all-star team his last season. You look at the fact that, yes, his OPS plus isn't super high. He's not a 100 WAR player that's guaranteed in right away. But the more time he's out of the game, and it took him a few more years to get voted in, the more you appreciate what he actually did out on the field, because we just don't have this. We don't have dudes like this right now that are in the game, and he did it for 19 seasons, which is bananas.
You don't think we have comps? I'm not talking about swing. I'm talking about the production.
No.
We don't. That gets complicated. But I'm talking. You don't think there's a shortstop that's putting together the kind of production that Barry Larkin does right
Not
now?
the same way. And I know I'm really
What do you mean
waiting.
not the same way?
I'm really waiting. I have a higher weight put on the walks to strikeouts because dudes are encouraged. Let me pull it up here. They're encouraged to. So he had a season of 20 homers, 33 dingers, and 17 dingers. Okay. Now teams are going to say, I need you to get to that 33 home run plateau every season. I need you at the 20 home run plateau every season. That's just going to automatically put more strikeouts on your ledger. I don't care what anybody says. Very few people can do it without adding the home runs. I mean,
but
can't add strikeouts without adding home runs.
It's a different game though now. So to be fair, I mean, Gunnar Henderson, all around talent.
Way better.
There's what do you mean way better?
Gunnar Henderson's way better. He has a variety, but he's going to punch out a ton. He's not going to.
So you're just saying the strikeouts in particular, right? Because obviously
the strikeout. That's what I'm saying.
Superstar shortstop. These are MVP candidates in our game right now.
Yes,
both top 10 players in the league in the past year. But you're just saying the strikeout part. But it's a different game. There also weren't as many swinging.
That's why I'm saying there's nobody. That's why I'm saying there's nobody. There's no it's hard to comp somebody like this because this type of player doesn't exist now. I mean, that's what I said. And you said, well, there's no comp, there's no similarities. There's people who are playing legit MVP style shortstop, but they're pumping out 35 dingers. Gunnar Henderson, Corey Seager. Look at what Carlos Correa. Carlos Correa would be the closest that I came to finding somebody, and I don't have it up right now, but I can tell you what he did. To me, he has the ability to lower his strikeouts, and he's still up above 100 five different times in his career. So I'm saying that style of player is around still, but they don't have the production numbers are not the same. And that's why I think we need to celebrate a guy like Barry Larkin because we just don't see it right now.
Is there a hitter in either of your minds right now that has a similar hitting profile? Now take the position part out of it. Like for me, I was thinking about Jose Ramirez. Pretty low strikeout numbers from what I recall. I'm going off the top of my head, and yet still gives you the pop, puts together a nice average, doesn't walk a lot.
The first guy that came to my head when you said comparison would be a Bogarts to me. You guys might think differently. I don't know. I just think kind of similar, the way they play defense, the way they go about their business a little bit. They both are very productive hitters too as well. So I'm not saying he is, but I'm just saying, the types of similarities.
I'm looking that up right now. I'm not hating it right out of the gate. The person I thought of, person I thought of was Bregman. I know he plays a different position. He's got more thump than Barry does. But I truly believe that some guys, just the way that they swung, shorter swing, compact swing, had they played in this era, they would have been able to hit more homers. You got to think, Barry played his entire career on what? Turf. You put the ball in the air, there's a chance you're getting out. You put the ball on the ground, there's a chance you're getting a double in the gap on the ball that the shortstop dove for. That ball was rolling, and that was real turf. I'm not talking about grass turf either. That was like concrete turf. So it's different, especially, but the bat-to-ball skills, to me, I would say a Bregman type.
That's good. All right, this was fun. If you like this, let us know. If you're watching it after the fact, drop a comment and throw another player out there that we take a little deep dive into and ask the guys about.
Hey everybody, be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.